My name is Jeskah. I'm making this video about computer science, coding and technology and how it changed my life. Yeah, I feel like this video is aimed at people who are generally just interested in either of those topics, even if it's in like really slight interest. It's for people who may be feeling stuck in life, who may not know what they want to do. It's for people who are wondering how they can like upskill or change the career that they're currently on, or who are just like, want to hear a bit of a story time. Yeah, so without further ado, I shall be talking about coding, computer science and technology, and how I changed my path to follow it. So first, let me get into how I am going to be studying computer science and what changes I had to make to get there, and like the whole process, because it was messy. And I was originally actually doing an arts degree. It was English, but yeah, I was not loving it. Strangely enough, like I am all about English, I'm all about reading, I love books, but I just couldn't get into the degree, and it just kept making me worry about my future more, and every month and week that would go by I'd start worrying about my future a bit more, and I was thinking like, what can I do? A little background about me. Yeah, I love reading, I love books, but I'm also a huge gamer. I love games. I always have since I was like super small. Tied in with my love of games, I just felt like, you know what, in the future I would love to do something with games. And originally, because I had studied a few languages in secondary school and also personally by myself, I'd like tried to keep up with as many languages as I could. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna become a video game translator, because I think I read like in one of the books I used to read when I was younger, there was this like heroine and she was a video game translator and she would literally get paid to play games, and I was like, dream job. Literally just about to do my last year, I had just had enough of it all. Like it just all got on top of me, and I was like, you know what, I can't see myself, I couldn't envision the future that I wanted with the degree that I was doing. I started like applying to video game translation jobs, and like I was hearing back a lot of positive things, and so I was like, you know what, whoa, I can actually do this, I can be a video game tester. I was getting back interviews, I was getting back this, I was doing language tests, and like I was doing well at them, so I was like, okay, whoa, this is an actual viable future. So then I decided, you know what, technology as a whole, like I want to know how to make games, I want to know how to do the behind the scenes and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, testing and translation is not just enough for me, I want to be making my own games like by the end of this. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back and study video game, what was the exact degree? I can't remember it right now. But I think from there I branched out and I saw computer science, and I was like, hello, why don't I just do computer science as a whole? It wasn't as easy as if I thought, because I hadn't done maths A level and maths or science A level. Like I was a purely arts and everything down that route. So I was like, you know what, how am I gonna do this? Like if I am not coming from a STEM background, this is gonna be really difficult for me. And it got really dark because I was like, oh my god, I found like what I really want to do and I don't think I can get there. So I decided, like I was calling up unis, I was like, are you gonna accept me without this? Are you gonna accept me without that? And like I actually had good grades, so I was like, you know what, I should be able to get somewhere good. Got a couple, I was accepted into a few to start that year, the year of 2021. So I was accepted into a few places to start that year and start the course then, but it just felt so rushed. So I'd actually postponed the getting in, and that was to do video game programming. Actually, I didn't clarify that, but that was going to do video game programming, and it was actually, I think, somewhere down south. It was somewhere down south. Yeah. Oof, there's a couple P's. A couple P universities down there. I started learning, I started using every free resource that was available. I was on Code Academy, I was on Udemy, I was on everything really. I was watching YouTube videos, like 7-hour tutorials that I would just be getting through in the week of like, how do I do this, or Python for beginners and all of this, and Python A to Z and Java A to Z and everything. And so like I was really enjoying actually self-teaching because it was pretty cool. It was nice. Like I feel like structuring my own day around how much I wanted to learn, and like because I'm very driven when I want to learn something, I was like, this is perfect. But eventually you get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm learning, but I want to be doing. So now that I felt like I'd gotten comfortable, I realized, you know what, coding is for me. Like I am loving this. And for people who don't know, a lot of people said coding is like learning a language, and I know a couple. So when I actually started learning coding languages, it made me realize how similar it was, and the idea of like making something with a language I've learned, because living in England there aren't actually a lot of people for me to speak the different languages I know with, and it's kind of hard because it's like I want to show out like a little bit. Now that I'd gotten some experience, I was like, okay, cool, coding's for me. Let me redo this UCAS application, do it through the proper channels, not just like call up and wangle myself a place. So yeah, I did that, and the application again was just nerve-wracking, but because I like knew for sure, because it's so hard when you're young to pick exactly what you want to do for the rest of your life, applied, got into every single place that I wanted, and I literally just couldn't believe it. Like I was just like, whoa, like I was so scared there was going to be a barrier, and like it's not as if I was speaking on the phone and like my persuasive talk. It was legit just me, and my personal statement, I heard back a lot of feedback that it was phenomenal. So personal statement, if you're applying, that is where you do your thing. That was really where I think I sold people, because even actually when I get into my jobs, I realized that it was actually my cover letter as well, but I'll get into that. I'm going too fast. Unfortunately, I shall be studying computer science from this September, which is going to be so exciting. Like I keep checking the syllabus like in excitement, because it's like I can't wait to learn everything, and yeah, I'm super excited about that. Now on to coding. So I was talking about how I was self-teaching at home and what that was like, and yeah, I feel like for me, I think self-teaching, even though I can very happily, oh my god, a spider, oh, it's moving. So I started looking for jobs, and I started looking for boot camps, and yeah, I think that was my next step, because it was like, okay, self-teaching, basics down, I want to learn some more, I want to get a bit more advanced, I want to be qualified. So I was looking at boot camps, I saw a couple, and I sent an application to one, and there was a couple of interviews, a couple of tests, and yeah, there was a test, and it was just like to see whether you would be able to keep up with the course and all of these different things, and yeah, did really well. I think, yeah. The boot camps has been like a really eye-opening experience, because it was really cool self-teaching, and I thought that was intensive enough, but the boot camp itself is just so much learning and so much like understanding that you do in a short period of time, and it's been great. Like I feel like I have learned so much, like my brain's been expanded like crazy, and I love it. So now the job. So looking for a job was super exciting. Like honestly, I was like, yes, I'm learning things I want to put into practice, someone take me on. And I think after I'd heard some things, like I think when I was reading online, I was literally just like, oh wow, some people are super negative, because it will seem like that it's impossible to get a job with very little coding experience, but it's really not. Like I think people almost, I don't know, I don't want to get aggressive, but sometimes people like to gatekeep very strongly in a way that's, no, you need to be so super advanced, you need to be better than me, and you need to be this and that before you can get even attempt to try and ask for a job. But most of the time it's actually just putting yourself out there and actually trying and showing your passion and showing your drive, and showing that you've worked hard in your spare time to work your way towards getting that. And a lot of people will take a chance on you. I think one of the things that a lot of the jobs got back to me about, because when I was getting interviews, when I was getting offers, was that they could really see my passion in my cover letter, which is what I was talking about earlier. And so if you can like make sure that you, especially if you're applying with little experience, like as in your CV's not telling them exactly what it is that you can do, you need to now write in your cover letter what it is that you can offer and what it is that you can bring to the table of that job. And so I think, yeah, they were telling me that my cover letter showed like a lot of passion. It showed that I really was willing to learn more and improve and do what I can to contribute. And it was, I loved it because I did actually try and pour my heart out into that cover letter, and I'm glad that actually I was overwhelmed with so many places that actually offered me a job and offered me that chance to get some more experience. And it was freaky because I didn't even expect to hear back much at all. There, fortunately, I literally got the job, the exact job that I wanted, which was just, oh, I was so happy. And it was like to become a junior software developer, and I was like, this is the experience that I wanted, this is the experience that I needed in life, and I clicked really well with the company. So yeah, I was so happy to do that. And yeah, just getting that job, like, oh, if you want me to go into like the life and what it's like to be a software programmer, or what kind of my day is like, even from my beginning stages, I can do that, because oh man, I have never had a job like it, and I don't think I ever want to have a job other than this. Like, obviously I'm gonna like move my way up, I'm gonna do a lot more, but just the lifestyle, everything about it is so suited to me, and I feel like I'm really like thriving in that kind of environment. To sum this all up, basically once I had found my passion, like I just went for it. And I think what I'm realizing is that I really want to be as overqualified as I can, and it's more just like a thing in me, is that I want to know a lot, I want to be good, I want to be, yes, I want people to see my CV, I want people to see my name and be like, damn, she knows it, she's got it. She's got it. It's funny because people either self-teach and they get jobs through that way, or people go to boot camps and they get jobs through that way, or people go to uni and they get jobs through that way. And I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I want to do all three. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to bleep that out, but I want to do all three. Like, yeah, like I was literally, I feel like I wanted to test all three, and through me testing all three, I can now give you the rundown on what they're like. Yeah, the point of this video is just to encourage anyone who's feeling lost or down, or feeling like, oh, it's too late for me to change, or all of this. It's not. It's really not. If you think that what you're doing is not for you, switch it up. Do some research, get into what you want to do, like, and test out what it is that you're thinking you want to do, because it's so important to get that initial test and experience. So like, even some of the courses I was doing online just made me realize how enjoyable it really was. So really get into it, because you know what, people are going to talk regardless about whatever it is that you want to do, or oh, blah blah bullshit. You do you. Also, tech is there for the taking. Tech is going to become, I don't even say tech is going to become huge. Tech is huge already. It's only going to become bigger. So you want to be on the inside. You don't want to be outside. Like, how are you hating from outside the club when you can't even get in? I will be doing another video on this kind of content. Yeah, so like stay tuned if you want to hear more about these different things that I've mentioned in the video, and maybe some of like what I'm doing currently. I will also be going into some of my other passions and interests, because I have a huge amount. Yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot on this channel, a lot of different things. I'm gaming, languages, traveling, all sorts. How do you sign off on videos? I feel like everyone has their own like different, significant, unique, oh, USP. I learned that years ago. I don't know why, but USP. I don't know what my USP is going to be right now. So yeah, chat to you next time. That may be it.